All right, what's going on, YouTube? We're here with live reactions on Twitch. You're about to check this out. Your salad is trying to kill you. All right, so we'll see what the sinister salads are plotting. Let's go ahead and jump into this. Let's go.
One Sunday morning, the
PBS?
sun came up and pop out of the egg came a very hungry caterpillar. On Monday, it ate through a whole apple, but it was still hungry. On Tuesday, it ate some broccoli and died.
Yo, you better not be saying broccoli. I love broccoli. You better not be. I just made some stir fry yesterday too. And it's from PBS. People who want you to be smart. Oh.
Plants are the richest
great.
source of nutrients on Earth. Bacteria, fungi, insects, and animals of all shapes and sizes depend on them for energy. Even animals that eat meat ultimately rely on plants, and we're no exception. But it's not always in a plant's best interest to get eaten. They lack an immune system like we have to fight off foreign invaders, and while some of them put on intimidating outfits, many plants have turned to chemical warfare in order to fight off nibbling and gnawing enemies. Like Paracelsus said, the dose makes the poison. And unfortunately for plants, we really don't mind many of their chemical countermeasures. We find them delicious actually, or sometimes stimulating, and in trying to avoid becoming food, they've accidentally created some of our favorite flavors. Or like you say in Canada and the UK, flavors.
So you're telling me that all of our delicious vegetables are the result of vegetables trying not to get eaten? Oh, that's interesting.
Flavors.
Oh yeah, Brussels sprouts. I'm
Take
not a fan of
mustard.
Brussels sprouts either.
Now humans love that spicy zing, but insects hate it. Plants in the genus Brassica, which includes a whole host of our favorite edible plants, manufacture chemicals called glucosinolates that lead to bitter flavors. To most insects, these spicy compounds are toxic, even deadly. So mustard and its relatives are usually off the menu. But that's not true for one group of insects. Cabbage.
Wait, so let me get this straight. Plants attempted to fight off insects and develop stuff that was delicious to humans. How bad? Could you imagine that? How bad that sucks? Being a plant, if you really think about it. You went through all this work to stop one predator and just enticed another one.
Butterflies have stumbled upon a way to detoxify these spicy poisons, their own chemical countermeasures. It lets their caterpillars feed on a food source that's unavailable to other insects. It's co-evolution culinary edition. In a co-evolution relationship, a change in one organism drives the natural selection of a new trait in another organism. And we see this all over nature. The idea of coevolution was introduced about 50 years ago by Paul Ehrlich and Peter Raven. Even though Darwin had predicted it, they were among the first biologists to describe this sort of cooperative evolutionary arms race in detail. And they use cabbage butterflies and brassica plants as one of their prime examples. In evolution, new traits don't just fall out of the sky. Now, long ago in the mustard plant family, thanks to an error in DNA replication, a gene was duplicated. And since the plant now had an extra copy that it didn't need, this new gene was free to explore some mutations, try something new, really find itself. And in some individuals, that new function was synthesizing a toxin, and the plants with that new trait survived and reproduced better than plants that didn't have it. Caterpillars, who through their own random mutations were able to better tolerate or inactivate the toxin, also survived better and reproduced more. The cycle continued with new mutations making more or different toxins, and the hungry caterpillars who couldn't adapt went sayonara. We see this all over the edible plant world. Fruits like apricots and peaches contain actual cyanide in their seeds to defend against herbivores. Castor beans contain ricin, for crying out loud. If you're an insect, alkaloids like nicotine and caffeine are potent neurotoxins. And we even created a whole class of insecticides based upon them, but they're pleasurable stimulants to us. Citrus plants have devised a second use for caffeine, not using.
It goes into a. It goes into a lot here because it's like it's just how nature works. One animal or one creature can't do something that another one can. So in that sense, plants are in this never-ending cycle of trying to defend against their most common predator, which are insects, and instead they're just doing stuff that we like. And it's kind of like stuff like this reminds me of other things I learned about, like with the whole dolphin situation and the pufferfish. You know, pufferfish, their toxins paralyze their predators, but it doesn't paralyze dolphins. They get a buzz for it. So because they just get a buzz, now we have dolphins harassing pufferfish that can essentially get high off pufferfish because they don't suffer paralysis. They just get a buzz. So now they like it. And so now pufferfish somewhere maybe the next couple million years have to figure out a way to get dolphins to leave them alone. And who knows what's going to happen with that, you know? Interesting stuff, always.
Using it for defense, but lacing their nectar with the chemical, so bees become flying flower junkies. Monarch butterflies have figured out how to use a plant toxin for their own good. The milkweed that they eat as caterpillars is poisonous to other animals, but they store away chemicals from the plant's latex sap inside their bodies, becoming flying little poison nuggets. The tannins that give wine and tea their sharp flavor grab onto and disrupt the digestive enzymes of bugs. But they also bind to proteins in our saliva, which is why you get that sort of astringent mouthfeel when you drink a glass of Cabernet. The hops we add to beer offer antimicrobial compounds along with their bitter flavor, fighting off bad bacteria while letting the brewer's yeast flourish. Most of the defensive chemicals used by plants have a bitter taste, because bitter is nature's way of saying, maybe don't eat this. And
fun fact, because of that, him mentioning different liquors and stuff like that, alcohol, different parts of history and everything shows us using alcohol and wine and stuff like that to basically try to fight off illnesses, infections, and things like that with mild success and everything. Even in time periods before we knew how to distill water properly, we would just drink wine and beer and other stuff like that we had available instead because it was safer, because the alcohol was killing whatever was in the water. And so since we didn't have a way to like filter water directly, you know? So yeah.
Also because plants don't have hands, so they can't draw that skull and crossbones thing. Not all botanical weaponry is bitter though. Chili peppers produce a compound called capsaicin, which gives them their fiery burn. But capsaicin only works on certain targets. Feathered dinosaurs, I mean birds, lack the molecular receptors necessary to feel the heat, so they can pop chili peppers like candy. But if mammals like us eat them with our spice-sensitive taste receptors, then...
But wait, what about the bird's stomach? Yeah.
Lucky for us, our bodies have figured out nutritious uses for many of these.
I would think that the bird would be in danger too, right? I would think the fact that he couldn't taste the spice, because the one thing about it, the fact that the capsaicin affects us, it's pretty much letting us know when to stop so we don't destroy our stomachs. So wouldn't that work reverse for the bird? Or is there something about their digestive system that can handle it much better? Let me see here. Oh, okay. That'll probably be for next week.
These chemicals, from vitamins to antioxidants. Even though most of our favorite flavorable plants are technically little poison factories, don't worry, the benefits of eating fruits and vegetables far outweigh any risks. So don't use this as an excuse not to finish your broccoli. Next time you take a bite of your favorite plant, you might have a very hungry caterpillar to thank for that zip, that zest, that zing. Stay curious.
Not a dramatization. Like, no, he didn't like that at all. You should have given him a carrot or something. Been nice to him. You couldn't handle it. Too hot. Too hot.
Oh God.
Oh, that was funny.
Worse. It's like cycling up through my nose.
Oh yeah, I hate that feeling. It starts in here, now it's up here. It's like,
the show.
Oh, he is suffering right now. He got the sweats, the tears coming out. Oh yeah, he regrets he regrets that entire decision. All right. Oh, that was fun. But yeah, Some of our plants are attempting to fight back, and that's just the natural order of things. But they targeted insects, and we benefited from it. All right, y'all. Y'all know what to do. Go down in the comment section. Let me know what y'all thought about this one. Let me know what you'd like to see me react to next. Hit that like button before you go. Share this video with everyone you know, and subscribe if you haven't done so already, all right? So, till next time, take care of yourselves, and I'm out of here.